Let's go. Good. news. Wow. Oh boy, lol.
Oh boy, here we go with the bullshit. Hello, people. Just doing a little qualifiers while I'm listening to the YSL case. That's what you probably hear in the background. Best shit on television right now is this YSL case with Little Woody singing like a bird. Uh-oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Keep this. Oh God, here we go. Wait, what? Just set up before. Quick play cards. Yeah, what is that? Target one monster of your opponent's graveyard instead. Special summon. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. What does this do? Surprise! Oh shit. This bullshit. Come on, where's my cards? Where's my cards, man? I'm trying, y'all. I'm working with a bad hand here. Oh boy. I see what he's going for. I see what he's going for. He's trying to eat food. Come on, y'all. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards, damn it. Oh, how does that work now? These cards are special summon. This is one. You know what? How about we do this first? Let's see if this will work. Let's see if this will work. Let's get him the fuck out of here. Right. Let's try this. Oh shit. He gonna get that effect, ain't he? What? Tell you people banish it to the influence. Wow. Wow, what an escape route, right? What an escape move. What an escape move. Oh, you little shit. What is this called? Wow, that was a good little escape move. Once returned, you can target 4 of your rescue cards that are banished and shuffle them to the deck one at a time. So basically, this shit just recycles cards. That's what he's gonna do all day, is just recycle cards. Right, yep. Yep. To banish that, bring that out. I'm starting not to like these fucking rescue cards. Where's my cards? Oh my god. Oh, that's interesting. He went for the points. He went for the points. That means you got nothing. Where's my cards? Oh shit. Oh shit, let's see if this is gonna do some damage. Get him out of here. Can we harpy the field? Can we harpy the field? Harpy the field. Oh, you mother. Okay, it still didn't stop nothing. You didn't stop nothing. And damn, I don't have. Oh, where's my cards when I need them? Oh my God, where's my cards when I need them? Oh, where's my cards when I need them?
Woody has left the stand. That was a little bit hard to decipher. Yeah. What did you make of it, AV? Shout out to AV. And again, everybody.
I'll take that 16.
Chat, man.
I'll take that. Oh God.
AV putting it in. Thank you so much, AV.
21.
What did you take? What was your take of that that investigative interrogation?
Yeah, it was interesting because we started court this morning.
Oh my God! I just need like 1 or 2 cards.
At all?
Oh, he banished that, so that just fucked me up. What is this?
And heard some arguments on whether or not this should come in. You know, I think
he's going for the kill? What is he going for?
wanted to use this because because she knows she's not going to get pretty far with Woody on the stand, right? He talked about lying last week, so
oh, this sucks.
She wanted these 2 interrogation videos in so we can see exactly what Woody said. This was interrogation video number 1. We have number 2 coming in, but you know, with this one, the audio was hard.
No, yes, guys. Why did the district attorney want to play this this audio, this video here, this interrogation? Well, like AB said, Woody was on the stand saying, you know, I was lying then, everything that I said was a lie, now I'm telling the truth. But, you know, what you can show is, listen.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Videos, then you're
he got it. He got it.
And what if
he got it? I didn't see that coming.
You are on the stand lying to this jury right now. What if you were saying
good
that
shit.
You didn't believe any of that stuff? All that stuff was made up. All that stuff was
good shit.
You're saying that right now to the jury, but you're a liar. So why don't we play
Damn.
first?
What does that put me at, y'all? What does that put me at? 2-2? That sucks. 2-2.
More now. Because
and I lost the first one. I won the last 2.
On the stand this week. So they're like, okay, let's go back. Your
mother.
Is your memory more fresh? Right when it happened, 2014, 2015, 16.
That was just a bad hand.
Now in 2024, or do you have more clarity now that 9-10 years have passed? So it looks like that's why they are going straight to the video, straight to the horse's mouth as they work. All right, sorry about that, AB. Keep going.
Yeah, and as we can see, he had hair on his head during this interrogation 9 years ago.
No, this is Taheen. Somebody Taheen in the damn chat. If you know about the damn Taheen. See, this is wrong with you black folks. You're not cultured, all right? Mexicans know all about that goddamn Taheen, boy. Oh man, put the damn Taheen on the watermelon shit.
I'm sorry.
That's what I need. It's called Taheen.
What is going on?
Taheen.
Going back to the interrogation.
Let me put my black folks on game right quick, guys. Listen, I didn't know nothing about this damn thing. Let me see if I can do it. I didn't know nothing about Taheen until I started living in Mexico. So this is not something that we typically use. Let me see if I can't really
Taheen.
show it right, but it's
T-A-J-I-N.
Pick this up.
That's what I was been looking for. T-A-J-I-N.
Definitely in your grocery stores, probably on the international aisle or whatever.
In your Goya aisle.
Oh, exactly.
I need that.
All your fruits. Oh man, it's so good. So some of y'all know about that goddamn Taheen. All right. But yeah, go ahead, ABO. Sorry about that.
This video is not sponsored by Taheen. But to bring you guys up to speed on what was said,
that's what I need. I need that right now.
Keep in mind it took place 9 years ago. This was 2 or 3 days.
Across the building.
Oh, we're about chilling or something like that is malfunctioning again. So bear with us, okay? All right. It's working some. They tell me like 70%, but this doesn't feel like 70%.
No, their AC's out.
Yeah. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take 10 minutes or thereabouts. We'll see where the day leads us at that one time, okay? All right, we're in recess.
Oh, come on.
10 minutes. And
10 minutes. Okay, we can do 10 minutes.
Taheen. You know, black folks don't know about that Taheen in Georgia. But I will say, if you are in Arizona, if you are in Texas, Lord knows if you're in California, maybe y'all be eating it up. Yeah, so Taheen, that's what it is. I don't want to get down like that in the South, but it is amazing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm showing the thing. So they are taking a 10-minute break. Probably be back. Probably be back around 10:50. All right, so sorry about that, AV. They were interrupting me. What were you going to say about our man, Little Woody, and his interrogation?
Yeah, so this is interrogation video number 1 that's coming in today. So we're not relying on Little Woody himself to tell the story because it didn't really get us anywhere.
Come on,
this interrogation
bullshit.
2 or 3 days after Nut was killed, right? And here's what happened. We have an issue between Woody and Little Nut's little brother, or Nut's little brother, Kel, okay? So Kel and Woody got into an altercation at Club Crucial. You there, he had his money out, he was flexing, all of those things, right? And Kel approached him with a group of guys and they jumped him, right? Now, a couple days later, there was a meeting with Blood, and it turns out that Nut was killed over the weekend. Now, Woody...
Oh, this car can attack directly.
They thought that Woody and Thug... right? And then, you know, he started going in circles and recounting his part of the story. We haven't exactly...
He did all of that for one car?
Yeah, he's talking about his steps for the morning. He stayed at his girlfriend's house for some time. His brother called him. For some reason, he jumps off of a balcony and he goes to his brother's house and he changes his clothes. Gets a call from Little D. We end up at the McDonald's, and that's when they get the call that Nut was killed. Then there was some discussion around Moontoon, right? This is allegedly Young Thug's brother, allegedly, right? So we have Moontoon, right? And the issue with Moontoon is Moontoon was actually the person that dropped Woody off to the police interrogation, to the station for this interrogation. The detective was asking a lot of questions about a Nissan. He was asking about a gray car in particular, and I think at that moment he knew that that car was connected to the crime. So Woody
Can we get him out of here?
And he starts talking about different cars. He's cooperating with the investigator. He takes out
Get him out of here.
He shows him pictures of who all these guys are. He's like, look, this is Moontoon. Look, this is Kel here. This is Nut here, right? And then it's like he's actually giving him a lot of details. If you watched Woody's body language, he was very much trying to get out of that room. So he wasn't lying about that. Because there was like this really long, drawn out, like 7 minutes of, I had issues with Kel. I didn't have issues with Nut. Nut was a good dude. You know, he was a big dog. I didn't have any issues with him. I had issues with Kel. I didn't do anything, man. It wasn't me. This and that. That went on for about 5 to 7 minutes, and you know, the detective was asking a lot of questions about Kel. Turns out Kel was in a gang, the Inglewoods, I think it was, and then he just talked about how he wasn't lying, and then he talked about the shooting at the house, and went from there. He didn't really go into a lot of details with that. I don't know if it's because we skipped it, but you know, you guys had to bear with us because the audio when they were playing this interrogation was really bad, so it was hard to kind of decipher what was happening. I missed the portion of the shooting itself, so that's the interesting part of it.
Blah 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 blah.
They made a really good argument this morning, and the argument was,
damn it, man.
We're using prior and consistent statements. She wants to by contradiction. So you have
this card,
right? And then, you know, she ended up winning by getting this in on the impeaching him by contradiction. They kept saying that
this card attacks directly again. Oh my God, you little shitbag!
I think it's the bald-headed attorney.
Come on.
He was just like, hey, we have to assume
that was cute.
That he told the truth in this
that was
interrogation
cute.
as well. That's like, if he's saying he's a liar all the time, can you even believe anything he said in the interrogation?
That was cute.
So that's your synopsis of all of this.
Guys, what do y'all think, man? He was in there singing like a bird. He didn't want to go back to jail. Our man Woody has done state time. He has done fed time.
That was cute. That was cute. That was cute.
And so, like you said,
that was cute. That was fucking
I don't think,
cute.
of course, that he killed Nut. Nut died, and a lot of people in the streets were blaming Little Woody for that. And because of that, Little Woody suffered an attack on his life. They were trying to kill him. They shot up his mother's house. They shot up his brother's neighbor's house. Why the neighbor? Well, they did it on accident. And then they had to tell them, guys, y'all shut up the wrong fucking house. Go back. Go back. So they went back and shot up the correct house. Everybody in the streets was thinking that Woody was the one who shot up the house. So we are waiting on this.
Where's my cards?
Still out of the courtroom.
Where's my cards?
They're coming back in about 5 minutes. Very, very interesting. Maybe I don't know if you reviewed a document with them. I think.
Come on.
There was an order. There was a lot of documents filed back and forth.
Yeah, there was a time we had to order some cars. You know,
I need this
where the
deck
judge
to
is
move a
trying to
little
determine who the
faster.
mole is. You had the Weinstein document where he was trying to get the judge to recuse himself, and we went play by play on what happened in that secret meeting. There's so many guys, like there's so many things with this case.
It is super interesting. So we are just waiting for the court to start back. Now you see the prosecutors playing these videos. Why are they playing the videos? Because they are trying to show the jury that what Woody was saying back in the day was correct. And why are they doing that? Why do they need what Woody to say to be correct? Because Woody is a star witness. Woody is the one that can say, yes, you know, I knew about the murder of Nut, and I knew that the assassination attempt was going to occur, that it did occur, and that they killed Nut. And I know about the fact that
Do I want to do that? No.
I know that when Nut was killed in the drive-by, 2 other people were hit, including a child. All 3 of these people were rushed to Grady Hospital. Everybody survived except Nut. And I know that when I went to pick up one of the brothers after they had met at that McDonald's, when he was coming out, he told me, like, yeah, they got it. They got Nut. And so they want to show the jury, hey guys, this is a crucial witness here. He knows the intimate details of the murder, but it's going very bad because now it seems like the jury just cannot believe anything that our man Nut is saying. So the jury, the prosecution wants to be like, okay, how about we do this?
Damn.
Nut testified the entire last week, and he's doing this.
Nut is dead.
Erase everything.
Talking about Woody.
Remember, just act like he hadn't said anything in this last week. Go back to what he was saying in 2014. Go back to what he was saying in 2015, 16. You can believe him then. Forget the Woody that's on the stand right now. Fuck him. Let's talk about the real Woody who was privy to the details of the real crime.
Why didn't she just lead with this?
Well, she was hoping that Woody was going to play ball. And for good reason, because again, there was an entire secret meeting to pressure Woody to testify truthfully. The judge was pressuring him, intimidating him, coercing him with jail time. The prosecutors were intimidating him, coercing him, threatening him with jail time. Everybody was coercing him. And look, it got him on the stand, which is where he said he was not going to be. So they were like, at some point, he's got to play ball.
Oh, thank you.
No, he does not. He went a whole week.
Let's see what he's going to do.
What you mean, huh?
Oh, he did it again this morning.
Damn.
First, as soon as he sat down, the prosecutor was just like, Judge, may I approach? Woody was like, no.
I know. Woody, ain't nobody talking to you. Woody does not want to answer questions. So everybody in the world is pressuring him.
What just happened?
They're pressuring him. They're trying to
Trying to warm on the field.
YSL, they're pressuring him for being a snitch.
What just happened?
And it looks like he had some type of involvement in that himself.
I just looked down for a second. What just happened?
Talking about he wants to kill him. He's gonna murder him. So his own gang wants him dead. The rivals want him dead.
Okay, I see what happened.
Locked up for years.
Target a card and banish it. You bitch.
His own attorney, you know, had made herself fireable. She probably said, "You gotta let me out, these motherfuckers. So much stuff is going on." Woody has nowhere to turn.
Oh my God! Come on.
Turn to his attorney. Can't turn to the.
What is she gonna pass?
The prosecutors who were using him for information.
Thank you.
Can't turn to the blood. They can't turn to his own gang. So Woody is kind of a man without a state. He's just caught in the middle. So the last thing Woody wants to do is create more waves. The last thing he wants to do is start snitching in court and drawing the ire and the attention of everybody in the nation.
Ooh, you lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. You banished my card.
The judge said we will be coming back at 10:50 more or less. It is, 11:50. It's actually weird that the judge took a 10-minute break because we are coming up to noon.
Yeah, lunchtime.
Yes, lunchtime on the East Coast. We are here in Atlanta, and so it's going to be super interesting to see if the judge brings them all back and says, hey guys, thank y'all for coming back, but let's go ahead and go to lunch. I'm going to release you guys.
Yeah.
And then they started off again. So what do y'all think about Woody's testimony? So let's assume, do y'all think he was more believable then, or do y'all think he's more believable now? Put then, if you think he's more believable then.
What the hell?
If you think he is more believable now. You know, he cannot be less believable now.
Right.
If believability is a 0 to a 100, he has to be at 0 right now. So you think he has to be even. Thank you so much for left that. I'll check in a second. You would think that he has to be even more believable back then. Now, speaking of Cash Apps, AB, do you have any Cash Apps that you want to shout out?
Yeah, I have a few.
Thank y'all for supporting AB. Thank y'all for supporting the channel.
Thank you. Shout out to Tanya who sends $1. She says, per Sylvia, Weaver can't find anything. Oh, so Sylvia is in the courtroom today, and there was a point where the prosecutor was looking for a case in order for her to have the judge allow her to bring these videos in, and she couldn't find it. Like, she was looking for it. She was scrambling and scraping, trying to find it. So it was really interesting. Thank you so much, Tanya. And Tanya's giving us the play-by-play. Thank you for keeping us up to date with Sylvia, too. Shout out to Marjan. She sends me $1. She says, please remind everybody that we need 6K likes. I mean, you guys got there very quickly. You're not locked out. There's 12,000 people in here, and you're not locked out. So y'all learn. You got it nice and early. So thank you so much, Marjan. Shout out to Edris, who sends me $3 and says, don't have much, but like to contribute to your services. Thank you so much, Edris. Very nice of you. Marjan is back with another $1. She says, this judge needs to be removed ASAP. Love you. Thank you so much, Marjan. I love you back. Shout out to Dear Woke Christian with the 10, who says, great work, AB. Keep up the phenomenal coverage. Thank you so much, Dear Woke Christian. And thank you for, I think you tagged me and Lead in one of Fanny's speeches last week, where she was upset that YouTubers are calling her Fanny instead of Fanny. So that was interesting.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She's calling out YouTubers, guys. Shout out to Liz, who sends me $1. She says, video is going to backfire on the prosecutor. I mean, that's an interesting theory. I want to see what happens with video number 2. Here's the thing. She's not asking him questions anymore. She's playing this. This is a strategy. This is a strategic thing that the prosecutors are trying to do now. They know that Woody, if they allow him to continue talking the way he is, we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to be sitting here for weeks if we rely on Woody today. But if you play the video, let's see what effect that has on the jury. So thank you so much, Liz. Shout out to E. Capone, who sends $5. He says, easy, AD. Don't drink that lean. This is funny. Shout out to Sheila with $1. No comment, no question. Pure love of the game. And then Gail at night sends me a 5 and says, great job. That puts me all up to date. Thank you guys so much for all the love this morning. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Yes. Big shout out to Static as well. Static sent me $1 on the Cash App. Thank you. Against Sabrina, the beautiful Sabrina Washington, sent me $20 on the Cash App. It says, Unpunk is Thug's brother, not Moontunk. Okay. I think I heard a name about Unpunk too. So Sabrina says, no, it's not Moontunk that is the brother, it is Unpunk. I don't know if anybody can look that up. But I believe Sabrina could be absolutely right. Let us go. All right, guys.
We have our internet is gone out, so they're working on it right now. So what I'm going to do is just recess us until about 1:15 at lunch, and then we'll come back and see what that means.
I called it.
Okay. All right. Sergeant Sumner, please.
They're bringing the jury right back in just to tell them that he's going to send them right back out for lunch.
Somebody said, how they streaming if the internet is out?
Shout out to Eric. Eric says, sent me $2 on the cash app. Says, the judge wants to let the jury speak over the video. I have them ruminate about what they just saw. And AB, I don't know if you were picking up, if you were calling out the cash apps. I'm not sure if you remember more or less where you left off.
Oh, let me see. Probably somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I showed a lot of them towards the end.
Awesome.
I left off at Gordon.
What time?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Oh.
$10.09. Just pick it up from here. Taking them a while to walk in.
All right, present, sir. All right, thank you, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple things going on. I'm still trying to work out this thing with the AC system, and as well as now that our internet is decided to not work for some reason. So, the plan is now I'm just going to recess you for lunch and have you come back for 1:15, and we'll see where that leads us at that point, okay? All right, so Mr. Colby will see you back at 1:15. Ladies and gentlemen, jury will see you back at quarterly. All rise.
I wonder if the judge is going to entertain the emotions from the...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please see our jury has left us. We'll see you at 1:15, okay? All right, round of applause.
I guess not. I guess not. This has been a quick day. It doesn't seem like there's been a ton of fighting. I was checking out in the beginning where the judge was saying, hey, you know, where the state was saying we're going to show these videos. And it seemed that the prosecutors did not want that at all. So there was a lot of back and forth, and it seems like the judge was taking that pretty seriously. However, at the end of the day, the judge ruled in the defense's favor. And yeah, we have the video here. All right, guys, here is what we are going to do. You know, because Woody, man, Woody needs to play his cards right. And, you know, people want him to shut up, and people want him to be quiet. But if we're honest, you know, Woody doesn't have a GED probably. He doesn't have any skills to pay the bills. Does he know how to run drugs? Yes. Does he know how to do this? Yes, or that. But guys, Woody needs to get on social media.
He already is.
He already is. Yeah, I saw like a little rap video where he was a little rap, some type of rap freestyle he was doing at a cemetery. You know, but he has so much information. The entire nation is looking at Woody and trying to decipher what the hell is going on with you. So this right now is really his 10-minute or 15 minutes of fame. But he can parlay that if he wants to. this, guys. YouTubers make a lot of money, at least once they hit their stride and understand what's going on. Once you are a YouTuber and you get about 100,000 subscribers, you're off and running. And these kids are starting YouTube channels. The adults are the ones who are like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know where to start. And let me tell you, I was the same way.
Ah, come on.
I was old when I started this channel, and I was not happy. I was not a happy man, if I'm going to be honest with you. I had some happy days, but I was in these courtrooms, these same courtrooms that Judge Glanville is in, that Judge McAfee is in, stressed the hell out. You know, all the stress it had a profound effect on my marriage. I was married for 10 years. I didn't have control of my time. You know, forget Monday through Friday. I'm talking about Saturdays, Sundays, being distracted. And shout out to all the men for Father's Day. Shout out to all the men for Father's Day. It can absolutely fall on men to be like, okay, I'm going to make a way for my wife. I'm going to make a way for my kids. Make a way for my baby mama with getting all this child support, spending it on cruises and nails and hair. But man or woman in this country, you really need to make money, but you also need to be happy. And the one thing that showed me happiness was YouTube. Now this might surprise you because, you know, the channel that me and AV have is not like this channel has, you know, 1 million, 3 million subscribers. But last week, this channel for the entire week, on average, was the third biggest super chatted channel in the United States of America. We were number three, you know, way over all of these channels that are huge. And so, you know, we were, I think, number 8 on Friday, or number 2 on Thursday, and then number 5 before that. We were number 2 in the nation before that. So you can wonder, you can be like, well, shit, how much do YouTubers make? Because if they have, you know, 500 subs, 1,000 subs, or 1 million subs, does it go by subs? How much do they make? Well, let me show you guys. I made a video, and you know, we're on recess here, so we can just relax a little bit, pick this Young Thug case up when it starts up after 1. But I want to talk to y'all about YouTube, especially if you're not happy, especially all the men, fathers who are supporting so many people at times. And it's nice to have money, but it's nice to have your freedom and your time. Let me show you guys something right quick about how much YouTubers make. Let me expose myself and show you guys how much I make. I made a little video for one of my courses, and I want to show you that this is absolutely feasible. This is me talking about how much I make, and I started YouTube at 44. So don't feel like, oh, well, I can only start YouTube from 18 or 21. Let me show you. Let's go through this right quick. Guys, to know how much your channel is worth, you need to know how much your channel makes. All right, how much does your channel make? How much does the lead attorney make? I saw in the last chapter how much my channel made in 2001 and how that compared to some of the big dogs, Captain Manny and those things. Let's look at it for this year. Let's look at the first half. It's a little past the first half. So let's just do January to find a little blank here. This is my income from January to January 1st to June 30th, right? All right, so this is my income for half of the year. Half of the year, a year or two ago, I made $116,000, again, for half of the year. This is not the full year. Some of y'all would be happy with $116,000 for the full year. I think a lot of Americans, I think the median is like 50,000 or something like that. This is $116,000 for half of the year. Let's go. So for the first half of the year, you see my little icon here, $116,206. So that's what I made. And I'm showing you this on YouTube Studio. It's not like I'm just telling you this. You ain't got to believe me. You can see it with your own eyes. First half of this year from AdSense. All right, so that to me is pretty good. So let's say, so I write that down, 116. So that's good, right, for the first half of the year. But that is not all of my income, guys. I have some other stuff going on. And this is so important for you guys. A lot of y'all think that YouTubers, what we get is just from YouTube itself, the AdSense. That is not true. For so many of us, that can be the smallest part. You know, you can check AV out right now. AV's doing all these sponsorships. These brands, these companies are lining up, right? They wanna use her to sell their services, their merch. Let's talk about what else, how much else money I'm making. We are going to consider in somewhere. I've got 116,000. You guys know I have 1,000 on the YouTube, but then I also have my course. Attorney School, 154,000. So I made 154,000 on my course. What is the course about, guys? The course is about live streaming. It's about this. I teach you how to do this, and I am the #1 teacher in the nation that instructs you on how to live stream. All these other teachers, they teach you how to make these Mr. Beast videos or how to do these 10-minute, 12-minute, 14-minute videos. But I specialize in live streaming. Why? Because I'm old. You know, I can't do all that editing. If you are 35 years or older, you have knowledge, you have wisdom, you have experience that you can pass down, guys. And so, you know, when people say, oh, well, I don't know how much YouTubers make, I'm showing you. So it was 116,000 for half of the year. This is also for half of the year. It's 154,000. So this is my school. It's going to get $9,500. So, you know, $9,500. I was making $9,500 from locals. All right. So for the total, for half of the year, guys, how much does the league make? For half of the year, it was $327,000. That's for half. Guys, that's a lot of money. If you got, for half of the year, January to June, if you got $327,000, you don't think that would change your life? People are like, Lee, you don't do shit. You just sit here and talk your shit. Your microphone stand is in the it's in the shop. You are really capable of making $327,000 for half of a year. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen, y'all know where I'm at. Oh, you're in your fancy studio. I'm in a spare bedroom. What you are looking at right here is a spare bedroom in my house. That's what you're looking at, right? So, you know, and this doesn't even account all the money, right? The 327,000, it doesn't include the cash apps that you send me. It doesn't include the PayPal. It doesn't include the consultations. I charge $600 an hour for these consultations. It doesn't include the sponsorships. It doesn't include the brand deals. It doesn't include the YouTube mastermind. Guys, YouTubers are making so much money. And what do you need? Guys, I'm looking at you in a $600 camera. $600. Now, a lot of people try to teach you guys how to do YouTube, and they charge for their courses $2,000 or $2,500. We ain't doing that over here, particularly because, you know, right? If you want to learn how to do this and get to the money I teach you, and again, I'm the best teacher in the nation for live streaming. We were #3 all time last week in super chats and making money. Like what AB does, y'all saw how good she is. What I do, we're good at it. And I'm not going to charge you $2,000. I'm not going to charge you $2,500. My courses are like $550. But if you use the word skills, because that's what Woody needs. Woody needs some skills. If you use the word skills, then you will get $200 off, so that'll get you around $350.
What?
And these courses, the $2,500 courses, those are usually $2 to $4.
I don't like that timer, man. I just turned around for 1 second to just look at something,
My course
and then it says I
18
surrendered.
hours long. Oh yeah, 18 hours. I put the whole thing in your mouth.
Damn, I needed to check something, and then yo, this timer, man. Is there a way to extend the timer, y'all? Can y'all please let me know?
Alright, but listen, so if you don't like it, just email me. Just say, hey, Lee, I wasn't feeling it. I don't think this is right for me, and that's fine. I'll send you your money back the same day. But guys, you see the money here, and I'm not just talking to you about it. I'm showing you how much money YouTubers are making. Some of y'all are like, God damn, I didn't know you were doing it like that, Lee. Yes, and I'm a small fry, guys. There are YouTubers that are making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a month. All right, it's so crazy. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to drop the link to my course. Check it out. Use the word skills to get $200 off. cost you around $350. Man, let me say something. And I wish I could have paid $350 somewhere so somebody could tell me how to get to this money, $327,000 for half of the year. Imagine paying $300 and getting $300,000 in return. What's the return on that? Damn, 99% or something like that. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. But again, this is a no-risk proposition because it's a 14-day money-back guarantee. So let me put the link in the description. Use the word skills. I know I had the fanny discount, but the fanny it ran out. Y'all killed that damn fanny. So I think there's only 1 or 2 left. So let me put the course. Y'all check it out. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you, Gail. Gail is on it. Let me pin Gail. So it looks so much better than mine. Somebody write Gail in the dang chat, man. #1 moderator on YouTube. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop the link. If you want to come up and talk to us, you certainly can. And shout out again to AB. I don't know how long you can stay around, maybe if you're available all day, but if so, that would be fantastic. If not, certainly understand you can dip out anytime you need to, but AB was certainly holding it up while I was away. So let me do this. Let me invite you guys. Again, we have 2 rules. The first rule, of course, is you got to be cammed up. Please don't be driving or anything like that. And the second rule is if you hit the link, please be assured that you might not get called. All right. So if you hit the link, that is not a guarantee that you will be called, and you might not get called. All right. But I have dropped the link. Actually, what I need to do is pin the link. Let me do that. So let me pin it right quick. And if you want the course, please go check it out, guys, because that skills, that code also is not going to last forever. All right, so AB, what has been your impression of the overall?
Oh my God, it's like 20-minute move right now.
So overall, I mean, it's been a dumpster fire, in my opinion. I was telling them that we did a recap video for every day last week, and listened to that last night. So it's just like the Monday, and then we got the little Law and Order sound. It's like, like the Tuesday, we popped in, was like, here's your Tuesday. Every day there was a recap of what happened.
I'm gonna do the crazy shit, man. Fuck this shit. This nigga's wild. He's wild.
Him and Attorney Sharp this morning. They were the first people that were like, hey, I know you're having a problem with your witness, but that's not our problem. You need to prepare him properly. Like some of that stuff, like the entire interrogation video. Should we use the whole thing? Should we use snippets of it? It is a huge time. A huge amount of time that's being put in front of the jury, but also at the same time, there's just not a lot of control with and they should have been able to do that, right? We even talked about Judge Glanville not checking him to have him answer questions as well. So it's been a dumpster fire.
Excellent. Shout out to Michelle. Michelle says the recap was great. Guys, go over to AV's channel and check that out. Did an excellent recap of our work here. On this video, on this whole saga. All right, thank you again, Gail. Let us bring up Erase. How are you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, Lee? You good?
I am doing well. I detect an accent, I believe. Where are you from?
From England, bro.
England, all right.
Wow.
So little Woody has people watching all the way over in England. That is amazing. Yeah, what is your view on all of this, Erase?
It's been absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I said to my boys the other day that in a couple years it's going to be known as the OJ trial 2.0, the way that this stuff is going. I've never, coming from England as well, I know we've got some crazy laws and...
I didn't blink the whole world.
But especially coming from a different country, this is blowing my mind how incompetent this judge seems to be.
I didn't blink the whole world.
What's your take, you being across the pond, what is your take on our legal system and how this case in particular is being administered?
I just feel like it's hard to describe because I'm up on a bit of you guys know, I know like the fifth and stuff like that, all the basic stuff, but I'm not, that's why I watch you guys, I'm not too up on everything. But from what I've been seeing, holy, I'm glad I like when I was like 6, 7 years old, I always grew up in America, always wanted to move to America, and it's been the first time in my life that I've actually been like,
yeah, if you come here and you get arrested, you really don't know, like, the system that you're here to get into. It's hard to call it. Is this story,
are you kidding
the
me?
YSL, is it gaining some traction over in Europe or in the UK?
Yeah, I've noticed quite a lot of people over there talking about it. I think it's even in like not mainstream media, but like non-mainstream, like YouTube and stuff like that.
Interesting. If you were on this case, you know, how do you think that you would call it? Would you be in favor more of the prosecution, more of the defense? Do you think it should be a mistrial? They should start over or just forget the whole thing? Kind of, what do you think?
I feel like at this point there's been so many things that have gone wrong and so many things that were done improperly. There either needs to be a new judge and a retry or just completely thrown out. I'm not sure which I'd go with because I'm not too up on the law and stuff, but something needs to change, man. For real. Glanville he's smoking that good.
Good. I hear you. You know, a much ado about this secret meeting that was held. Do y'all, are secret meetings, if you know, are they allowed in the UK where only the prosecution and the judge can get together and strategize about the case? How did that seem from your perspective?
Well, to be honest, as far as I know, I've never had it happen to me in any of my cases, as far as I know, when I was younger and stuff. So, not as far as I know, no, I could be wrong in the chat, but yeah, I'm not too sure from our side of the pond.
Yeah, shout out to Erase. You know, Erase was in these streets. He was like, yeah, in all of my cases, Erase was in these streets.
No, I just want to say I love the channel though, man. I've been staying on it all day, every day.
Awesome. Well, Erase, thank you so much for coming up. Really appreciating you can come up anytime, brother. All right.
Thank you, boss. Take care.
All right. Shout out to Erase. Really thank you for coming up. Yeah, he's like, listen, they're following this case, you know, in other countries. Woody is making waves in other countries, and they cannot believe the situation that little Woody finds himself in, particularly with respect to the secret meetings and the way the prosecution is trying to administer this case. So this is very, very interesting. And again, I've got the link pulled up, but it seems that what is this? Yeah, but it seems like really no one is back here that wants to cam up. So we need you guys to cam up if you wanna come up. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them. Me and AV will do our darndest to try to answer them. Meanwhile, while we are waiting, go through some of the Gibby Kim, is that how you would say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gibby Kim? This one has me stumped. Gibby Kim.
Yeah, it says, this is what they told Woody. They don't care if he lied on the stand. The way they can use the video to impeach Woody, all part of their plan. Yeah, so they think it's Gibby Kim or Gibby Kim thinks it's planned out. Shout out to Batty. Batty Dole has become a new member. Thank you so much. Shout out to the one Lo-Fi too, the beautiful Erica with a T. Terica says, where is Woody's attorney? Was he supposed to return from his vacation today? Interesting. Yeah, and I'm not sure if Woody's attorney's portion is over, because the only reason Woody hired an attorney was because apparently, you know, he was going to be held in contempt. But the judge has already released him from that, so now there's no more of that issue. And if there's no more of that issue, then the case is over, and so he would no longer need representation for that. So thank you so much to Lo-Fi12. Let us bring up Tito. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, brother? Is it Tito or Teto?
It's Teto. Yeah.
Teto. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming up, Teto. I appreciate that. Kind of tell us your stance on this whole YSL case and the happenings with Little Woody, you know, Young Thug, kind of how you call it, Brian Steele.
Yeah. I kind of agree with what everyone else's everyone else's opinion, or the majority opinion of this case, that it's kind of all just a mess. And But I did have a question regarding the ex parte meeting and why only Brian Steele was held into contempt. And not everyone else who came up to the podium also said they were also receiving the same information. And it looked like Lambo kind of just brushed that to the side and only wanted Brian Steele to cough up how he obtained the information and not really question anyone else in that proceeding as to, like, you know, the whole situation.
Yeah, it was super interesting because Brian Steele said, okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. Not Brian Steele, Judge Lambo said, I'm going to hold you in contempt, I'm going to throw you in jail until you tell me the name. That's initially what he wanted to do, and he put him in jail. He put him in the holding tank. But when he did that, he took away one of Young Thug's attorneys. Young Thug has 2 attorneys in the courtroom. And so when he put Brian Steele in the holding tank, he removed half of his defense. Well, what did the other half come up to the podium and say? The black guy said, listen, I am privy to the same information, you know, and I am withholding it too. And so if you're going to put Brian Steele in the holding tank and send him to jail, yes, you got to do it to me too. Now, did the judge want to do it to him? Yes. Why couldn't it? Because if the judge would have put the black man in jail along with Brian Steele, then who the hell is going to represent Young Thug?
Yeah.
Young Thug would be in the courtroom alone with no representation. So that is why the judge was seemingly playing favorites. He wasn't applying his rule across the board because he had this conflict. On the one hand, he's trying to pressure people to know the name of the mole, but then on the other hand, he has to give Young Thug a fair trial. He has to give Young Thug an attorney. And so he cannot go ahead and put the black man in jail too, even though that's exactly what the black man was wanting. Hey, put me in jail too. Why? Because the black man knows that if you put me in jail, there's a mistrial all day. It's a mistrial all day. So it was kind of like a game of chicken, and the black man won. He said, put me in jail too, and the judge was like, well, no, I didn't ask you. I only asked Brian Steele who the mole was. And he's like, well, I know who the mole is. He's like, yeah, but I ain't asked you, right? That was his pretext for not putting everyone else in the holding tank and sending them to jail as well. Great question. Did that kind of clear it up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Do you have any other follow-up questions or any commentary about this whole situation here?
I guess my only thought is that maybe the defense is kind of waiting until cross-examination to ask Woody some more clarification questions regarding the ex parte before, I guess, pushing for another mistrial.
I can't believe it.
And I guess that's my only other thought. Other than that, I mean, I think you guys are doing a great job covering this.
That was a very weird day.
Just kind of saying again, just keep up the good work. Thank you for allowing me up here.
Thank you so much. And you are allowed to come up anytime you want.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Shout out to Mike Scott. Mike Scott says the black man is Attorney Adams. All right, so shout out to Attorney Adams. I didn't know his name, and y'all know I be messing up names. I be like the black man, the white chick, you know, the black girl. Somebody's like, don't refer to her as a black woman. That's racist. I'm like, that's exactly what the damn prosecutor is. She's a black woman. Don't call her a black woman. Man, this whole woke society, this woke culture, you can't even call something exactly what it is.
Got to be more careful.
It's insane. Trying to navigate this culture. You can't even say a black woman is a black woman. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Alright, let's see what else we got going on. Shout out to Raymond. What's that? Raymond says they need help in Ukraine. Woody a candidate? No. Shout out to all of the military. I don't know if we have any veterans in the house, any active service members. If you've been in the military and you've been trained, do you want Woody in the military there with you? Well, now let me say this because we're joining on Woody. Woody was being shot at in the street. He was holding his 8-month-old. Now, when a regular person gets shot at holding the 8-month-old, what do? They run. They try to protect themselves. They try to protect their child. What did Woody do? When Woody was being shot at in the street, Woody pulled out his own Glock 19 and started firing into the car that was doing the drive-by. And not only did he fire into the car, he actually struck the AR-15 that was firing at him. That's badass. If someone is shooting at you, you pull out your gun and you shoot the weapon. He shot the weapon in a moving vehicle that was firing at him, and he rendered that weapon disabled. And not only did he render that weapon disabled, those two men ended up crashing very close to the scene. And so he's, oh, you know, Woody in military, but on second thought, Woody might be exactly what y'all want in that thing. Because number one, he ain't scared. And number two, my man has some pinpoint accuracy. You really only see that in the movies, where someone fires a gun and hits the opposition's gun. So Woody a real one. He is a real one. So shout out to Raymond, thank you so much. Shout out to Sweet P78, a new member. I appreciate that as well. If you send Woody to the Ukraine, he might solve it all. Shout out to the Little Gamer Channel, says, who's shocked? This spineless, biased judge sided with the prosecution. All right, not me. And again, guys, it's hard for me to kind of call this fair. I mean, it's not, because the judge just fucking up this case, if we're honest. But, you know, I have a lot of respect for Judge Glanville. I certainly had a ton, way more respect before this trial started, and even before, let's say, a week ago. Because when I was retiring, Judge Glanville was a judge in one of my last cases. And I went before him in that courtroom, and he treated me with all types of respect. My client was about a 6-year-old girl, white girl, and she was there with her grandparents, and I was representing them on an uncontested matter. And so we had the hearing. The judge found in my favor, but what the judge then did was he invited me and the girl and the grandparents back to his chambers, the same chambers Woody was in for that secret meeting. And you go in there, it's a huge office, very, very well decorated. You see his military flag there. This man served in the military. Talk about veterans. He served in fighting our country for 30 years. Somewhere around 30 years serving our country. He's dedicated to
is that right?
Medals, you saw his awards, all
nice.
the recognition that he had been given. I think he's
It's gonna suck for you, buddy.
Just an awesome guy. He took off his robe to become more personal. He had on like a button down and some slacks, and really was super nice to my client and my client's family. And that is not something that a lot of judges will do. Even if they're nice enough, they really won't try to be personal, especially with kids. And so I say this because everyone, Judge Glanville, and to be honest, like rightly so. But, you know, to be a little bit more fair and balanced, I want to present the judge that kind of I know. And he's the chief judge. He's not just, you know, some regular judge. He is the chief judge in the most important county in this state. So, like, he's the highest of the high, at least on the trial court level. But then you say, Lee, you know, okay, fine, you're bigging up your man and all this and that. Can you explain what you're doing with these secret meetings? No. I have no idea. No one in the state knows what the hell this judge is doing. And so when Little Gaming Channel says, you know, this judge is spineless and biased, for me, I want to be like, ugh, you know, spineless?
Hmm?
Can you be spineless and serve our country for 30 years? But, I mean, to hold secret meetings like this, like, it's hard not to be like, yeah, I agree with Little Gaming Channel as well. Certainly in terms of the bias and only being one-sided with the prosecution. So shout out to Little Gaming Channel, one of the pillars of this entire channel, one of the principal pillars. Not only has he sponsored entire streams, but he sponsored entire series, court series, that's like these live streams that we're doing, reviewing trials. So he sponsored whole trials. So somebody write TLGC in the chat. Now he gonna call it like you see it. He ain't gonna sugarcoat it. That spineless piece of shit. For jail. You know, he don't really hold his tongue. You know, he is a high value man. He ain't 18 no more. He ain't 22 no more. And once you get up in age, you're like, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I fucking see it. So shout out to the little gaming channel. Let us bring up our brother, dear Will Chris.
What's going on, man?
How are you doing?
Good, man. Good to see y'all. Happy Monday to y'all.
Thank you. Now you, in addition to being a high-value man, you have your own YouTube channel. You're a content creator. Is that right?
That is correct. I do create that own content. Yes, I do, sir.
Excellent. Why don't you shout out your channel real quickly and tell us what you got going on over there, and then tell us what you think about this whole little Woody situation. Yeah,
Woody is wild. Woody is wild. Everybody, my name is Jason from Dear Woke Christian. I like to talk about social and political issues and give commentary from a Christian male perspective. And I like to look at whether it be Fonnie Willis and what's going on with Nate. I thought it was egregious that she was at a church down the street and around the corner from my house, so that's why I went there last Thursday. And it was wild. It was totally wild. We can talk for 2 days about that, but I like to talk about those things and give it a Christian perspective. I did have a question though, if I could ask Lead and AV, with Judge Glanville, please forgive me, throwing Brian in contempt, and we all saw that it went south real quick with Ashley coming in and Gackle. It's fair to say that Judge Glanville probably deep down inside wish he could take it back. Yeah. So can a judge, after I've declared, AV, you are in contempt of court, I'm going to throw you in jail, can he say, never mind, I changed my mind? Can he do that? Because it just seemed like you almost kind of wish Glanville could say, never mind, I apologize, I'm not going to throw you in jail. Because it just seemed like it's just going to be a dumpster fire forever. Can he do that?
Yes, he can do that. A judge can always change his mind, 100%. A judge can always revisit his orders. He can reconsider any stance that he has. Now, what's the problem? They can do this. They very rarely do this without pressure because they're humans. And this judge has made a lot of decisions that he wanted to stand on until he got so much pushback. One of these decisions, of course, was to throw Brian Steele in jail and lock him up throw away the key until he told the name of the person. And Ashley Merchant and her co-counsel from Gackle had to come in and save the day and to convince him, no, you cannot do that. You can only give him the 20 days. Judge Glanville did this again when he was trying to keep Woody's attorney in the case because the judge suspects that Woody's attorney, Ms. Rumpkus, is the mole.
Bumpkin.
Right?
Wow.
And the judge wanted to keep her in the case, even though Woody said no, cut her out. Even though the prosecution said no, cut her out. Even though the defense counsel said no, cut her out. Everybody wanted her out except for Judge Glanville, and they had to argue with that man for over 30 minutes to convince him to let her out. And so this judge, once he makes up his mind, you have to basically show him that it's the wrong way, because if you don't, he's just going to think it's the right one.
So there's no way, because I feel bad for him, because I'm like, this whole contempt thing is really, I see a lot of people saying that this is ego, in my opinion. This is ego, like, just take the L, like just go ahead and he's collected a couple L's in here, so he's LL Cool J for sure. So just go and rock this bell too, and just go and accept it, and just go on, because you got the girl has to come back on the 25th. Yeah. This contempt trial could be going on for quite some time.
It's super petty. It's very
like just let it go.
And the way that he did it too was petty, because it's like even when he gave her the order, he slid her the order at lunch. Like after lunch, it was just like, oh, you've given us your notice of withdrawal. Okay, here's this. I have an order to show cause. You're going to be here in 10 business days. Like I said, when I tried to, even when he said she's fired, he said,
Right.
oh, well, sir, you have 10 days to think about it. You want to make sure, exactly. He said it. He made his decision. Judge Glanville brilliantly still took those 10 days to get his way and made them come back in 10 business days. So it's super petty.
Yeah, it just seems, to me, it just seems like, to the point, the young man from the UK that called in, to me, it shows just how dysfunctional our system can be. When you have situations like this, it seems so egregious and so out of pocket. And lo and behold, this man, and it just seems like, again, ego is running the show. And this seems wild. And then the very, very last thing, can the jurors hear the video that, the interrogation? Because I'm like, good gracious, if it's this bad for us, how bad is it for the jurors? Do they have some way of hearing it? Because it just sounds terrible over here.
Yes, here's the thing. The jury, we are not allowed to see who the jury members are. They're confidential. But the jury is in there when all this stuff is playing. The jury is sitting right off camera. The jury is sitting to Woody's right. Maybe like 3 feet away. The jury's right there. And so they can hear everything. Now, one question is, the audio from the video sounds very bad unless you are wired in. If you're wired in, it sounds much better. And they have given Woody a pair of earphones to kind of wire stuff in. Bless you, baby. I wonder if the jurors also are wired in, or if they have to hear the terrible audio that is being pumped through the court system.
Because it is a mess. I mean, I'm sure they never intended for this to become like something that literally everybody's tuning in for every day. So I'm sure they would have wired the courtroom better. But like, I want everybody to have microphones, like literally. Get everybody a little wireless mics so we can hear them better, and so on and so forth, and pump the audio through. But yeah, I was just wondering, like, can they hear this? Because I know it's hard for us to hear it and understand what Woody's talking about. Can the jurors understand what Woody's talking about? Mm-hmm. And it just seemed like it would almost create more of a problem. Because people can be like, well, I didn't understand what he said. Well, I understood what he said. I have my hearing aid turned up.
Yeah, the court has a lot of problems today. They ain't got AC. They ain't got Wi-Fi. The courtroom is all types of shenanigans happening there this morning.
Fulton County got the shenanigans on lockdown, for sure.
And it's an old courtroom, if we're going to be honest. I mean, you know where it is, and the whole damn building is old. Every now and then, guys, these courtrooms, they will get refurbished, or they will get a makeover. And you can go to these courthouses that you've been going to for so many years, and then they'll do a whole new makeover, and they will install state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art tech, state-of-the-art audio. This court building is an older building. Yeah, they have a problem just with the damn internet, with the AC. You know what I'm saying? So it's not surprising that these courtrooms are not built for technology. A lot of attorneys, older tech. If you go to some of these old attorneys, they don't even have websites, guys. Some of these attorneys, once they get into their 70s and 80s, they don't even know how to use email. If you want to contact them, you have to email their girl. They call them the girl. You have to email their paralegal, and the paralegal is the one who handles all of the email. So judges are really not equipped. Older judges, they don't really follow the technology like that, nor do older attorneys. But the new coming in with the technology skills. Yes, sir.
You don't think Glanville got a TikTok?
Who knows?
He ain't on TikTok.
He has an earring, you know, he has an earring in his ear, so he might not be too old, you know, he's trying to come too young.
Let me ask you the very last question. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we all also agree that this RICO thing is just entirely too much. It's massive. There were literally 28 defendants when they first started this. If each one of them had an attorney or 2 attorneys, you can see pretty quickly that courtroom would have been jam-packed. So most people are saying, hey, maybe RICO should only be done by the feds. Let's just say that was the case. Where would they try a federal RICO case? Would they try it here in Georgia? Would they ship them up to somewhere else? Like, where would they try a federal case?
Typically it would be, you're talking about a federal case.
Right. Or let's just say the YSL case was a federal case, not a Fulton County case, or the voting interference case was a federal case instead of a Fulton County case. Would they still try it in the same building, or would they?
Well, it would typically be in the federal building. The federal building has its own federal courthouse. Yeah. So it would be in the federal courthouse, but it would be here in Atlanta. So the federal building, when Tasha K got sued by Cardi B, and Tasha K was ordered to pay $4 million, that trial occurred in the federal courthouse. And I was there for that trial, reporting on it, and it was a federal judge, a federal jury, all right there in Atlanta. So yeah, it would be a federal case. They would have to try it here in Fulton County because that's the jurisdiction. That is where the majority of the crimes took place. So this would be where they have it here. So great questions, dear woke Christian.
Yeah, I'm glad you helped me out.
Oh yeah, and talk a little bit about my course now that you're up here.